Welcome back to the RISR Review. I'm your host, Janie Reed, and on this podcast, we review what is going on with the AU Championship Series in Rosemont, Illinois, and chat all things offense and mental training. And by the way, I just want to say your instructors are ranked 2, 4, and 12. So if you are not downloading RISR and learning from these women,
I'm going to bump up soon. I'll get top 10.
Yeah, you'll be there. Like, it's a no-brainer. But like, if you're not downloading RISR and learning from these people, what are you doing? They're literally killing it at the highest level. So congratulations to you all going into the last and final week.
Thank you.
And I know it's always bittersweet wrapping up the season, but knowing you have to wait months to play together again, so sad. But what's even more bittersweet is that this is Amanda Chidester's last week of softball. And which is crazy. It's like, it really does make me sad because you're doing so well, but then at the same time, I'm so happy for you and the career that you've put together. So it's only right that this entire podcast episode will be about you, Chiddy. And I'm dead serious because RISR would truly not exist without you. Your whole career has really led to this point of you putting together this resource for softball athletes. And it really is a gift for softball players everywhere to get to have access to instruction and mentors and role models. And it's only going to grow and get better. So we're really excited. So I'm going to start and I'm going to tell you what I admire about your career, and then everyone's going to also share what they admire about your career. So from my perspective, when we started playing together in
we're here all day. Right.
From my perspective, when we started playing together in 2015, and then just the road that we've both been on, and I feel like in a lot of ways our careers mirrored each other's at points, and we both got to these points in our career where we knew like something has to give, something has to change, like we have to take ownership of what is going on. And I really saw that in you in 2019, and I just remember watching you play for the Bandits, and you were just owning the game and just having so much fun. And I've always watched you have fun in the game, but it was like everything was integrated, like your at-bats and your joy and enthusiasm that you always carry into softball, like everything was just like one. And I just think that like you really, it was like a no-brainer to put you on the Olympic team. And then to just see you have so much success in the last few years it helped me in my career, and just the ability to have conversations with each other and grow together. Like you have to want to grow in order to help other people grow and to grow in your own career. And so I just want to thank you for all of the, like, I have so many fond memories of our conversations together.
We had a lot of great ones.
A lot of great conversations.
And it's crazy to think back though too, like when we first started, like we didn't really talk that much at all. And then to see like, that relationship grow, like with people as people, and then also in softball, like always talking hitting. And I agree with you 100% on that one.
Yeah. So that's been really fun to watch from afar and up close. So all right, Haylie, you're next. What do you love about Chiddy?
Okay, well, I'm crying. I think for me, like the thing I admire most about you is like you've earned every single good thing that's come your way. Like nothing in your career, I think, happened by chance. And I've always admired your work ethic, but I think your story of getting cut from USA and then coming back, like you not only came back, but you came back with a freaking vengeance. And like you just, like Janie said, like you just took ownership of your stuff. And I just like, I want to get your story out there more. Like, I think it's so inspiring. It's so just like, it's so amazing for young people to hear, like, you know what, like I did fail, I did get cut, but guess what? I came back 10 times better. And like, look at me now. I took ownership, nutrition, getting your body right. Like you are a true professional. And it came from probably one of the most difficult seasons of your life.
Mhm.
And I just think more people need to know that. More people need to like really relish and appreciate that. And I think too, just we've been playing together since 2014 when I got on the team. And your joy and passion for everything that you do is just so contagious. Like you make me want to love something that much. Whatever it is, like whatever I want to do it how to do it, and that is 100%. No questions asked, all gas, no breaks. And you truly bring the best out of people, and I think you're leaving this game way better than you found it. I love you, dude.
So before Stelly goes,
Get me
I
off.
want you, can you,
Get me off. Get me out of here.
before Stelly goes, Chiddy, can you expand on just like, you know, like obviously both of us are talking about that turning point in your career. Like, can you expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. I think that it was a tough moment in my life. And kind of like Halo said, like I took it and I came back with like vengeance. And I remember thinking in that moment, like, this could be over. Like my career could be over. Like it was like the first time since 2012 that I wasn't on the USA team. Like 2012, 2019, like that's a lot of years. And it was, I was heartbroken, like literally heartbroken. But I deep down knew I could be better and I didn't deserve to be on that team. Like as much as it was like, how do you cut me? It's like, I see why you cut me because I could be better and I'm going to show what I'm capable of. And that was with my nutrition. Like I knew it wasn't right. Like I knew I could be fitter. I knew I could be faster. I knew just so many things with my game. My arm strength was so weak compared to what it was, you know, when I was in college. And it's like, well, why? So there was just so many things that was like, I'm going to fix these things and give it everything that I have so that I know deep down that I did do everything that I possibly could to be on this team. Yeah. And I don't think many people know this, but that year when we got cut, I didn't wear USA at all. Like I didn't put it on, like no USA softball stuff because I didn't deserve to represent it and I didn't deserve to wear it. So I was going to earn that back. And that's what I did that whole entire year. And, you know, the first time I put it back on was at tryouts. And then I got to wear it and I got to wear it on the biggest stage. So it was great. But
That's really cool. Thanks for sharing that. All right, Stelly, what do you have for Chiddy?
Well, I just got to know Chiddy really, really, really well this year, but not last year especially. But my first impression of Chiddy was going to Forli and having every single Forli player saying, "Oh my God, tell Chiddy we say hi, we love her, we miss her, she's so amazing." Like the coolest. Like I've never gotten that reaction from the Forli team with a foreigner. Yeah, I was like, wow. Like, I mean, they love all their foreigners, but like with you, they're like, "Oh my God, Chiddy, Chiddy, Chiddy." And I've never played. I knew who Amanda Chidester was, but we never played each other. She went to Michigan, older than me. So that's also why like I love AU so much, because I'm like, I would never get this opportunity to play with Chiddy or Halo ever unless I was a part of this league. But this past year and being with RISR and actually really getting to know you, I mean, just passion, selflessness, like she goes above and beyond for everybody. Like you're the last person in the cage to hit because you want everybody to hit and you're helping everybody make sure that they succeed with their swing, and you're the last person to go and you're always there front tossing, and you're just an open space for anybody to ask you questions. Actually, you want people to ask you questions because like that's just how you start conversations. And so it's just like that energy, you like automatically just go, like you gravitate, like I gravitate towards you. And playing with you on the same team, you were on the same team, what, 3 weeks? Like what? Like it's just crazy that I've been able to really, really experience playing with you, Chiddy. And even though this is your last year, I'm very honored and blessed to be able to have been a part of your team, to have learned from you and to like work with you and continuously. Like I am such a better player and person in this last year just because she became this one. And
Just a gem. You're just a
Right.
gem, Chiddy.
I
Okay,
wish I
so
got to use a Chiddy, right?
Oh, man. Right. I would say though that I really embrace myself and my like what I can give in these last probably like 4 years of my life, because there's different phases of life, and you're like immature or like hesitant to, okay, well, I think I know, but I don't really know. And it's like, what do these people think of me? And it's like, I think that honestly, in 2019, like I even proved to myself that like I'm capable of so much. And it's like, wow, like that's powerful. So it's like that year really taught me that I can give and I can help, and people will receive it in a positive way. And I can play the way I want to play. Like people used to get on me when I was a kid for how I played. Like, oh, calm down. Why are you always so happy? Like you're too loud. Like blah blah blah. It's like girls can be mean, and that like kind of like put me down growing up. And then finally obviously realized like in 2019 I have nothing else to lose. Like I want to play this game how I play it, and go out with a bang with how I play. And I again, like I'm so happy that I did that, because I played the best softball I've ever played in these last 4 years because of that.
that's kind of like you put words to when I was like watching you, it felt fully integrated with like your personality and like even the way you competed. Cause I felt like before, there's pressure from the outside where people don't fully understand you and they're like, oh, you're too high, you need to like calm down in the box, or like you're trying too hard, that all this stuff. And I feel like you really learned how to like get the best out of yourself while being you, and figuring out like what the best version of you is while you're playing on the field, not just like as a teammate off the field, but like literally playing the game, like how you want to play it and what makes it the most enjoyable for you and also leads you to the most success.
And I think that Athletes Unlimited actually taught me a lot in that sense too, because, like we talk about stuff with USA, but in Athletes Unlimited, when we first got out here, it was like it's very individual, because you get individual points, but you really can't succeed unless you win as a team. Like
Right.
it's all that matters is winning as a team. And I remember the first year being like, okay, well, I can't share what I know with this person, because like then they'll do better than me, and then they'll do higher. And it wasn't until like the last like 2 or 3 weeks of AU, first 2 weeks I struggled big time. And then I realized like, wow, like the more I give to this team and the more that we work together and the more energy I give, no matter the captain, because I would always sit back and be like, well, they're the captain, so I can't really say much. And it was like, once I was like, no, like I can still be me out here. I can still be a leader in my own way. And I started to give. That's when everything started to change. And I was like, whoa, I need to do this all the time. And that's where like more conversations happened. And just like, I don't know, like where I am now, like being able to give everything. Because it's like, if my team do well, I do well, the whole team does well, like we all do well. And then everyone is fulfilled and everyone is reaching their potential. And essentially that's what we all want at the end of the day for everyone, is to be able to reach their potential. So I think that as crazy as this system works here at Athletes Unlimited, it really truly helped me be that. And I think, young players too, having those conversations with each other, cheering on their teammates, being their biggest like hype person, and like it helps everyone.
I think about Deja, like not that you can take credit for how well she's playing, but like I remember last year, like you were on her team for like a couple weekends in a row and something just like clicked with her. And I remember like her saying that you helped her a lot. And like I even think she said that in like a post-game interview or something like that. And just like watching her just begin to, just kill it and like reach her full potential. And like it's so cool to see, like you never know the impact of what those 2 weekends on her team had, but you never know if like you wouldn't have, and like the joy that you get to like see her be successful. I feel like that's what it really is all about. Like some of my favorite memories are like when I tell a teammate like, hey, do you want to know what I see? And then something clicks with them. Like that makes me just as happy and excited as when something clicks with me and I do well, So I think that's like really important. Okay, so I want to know, like, you've kind of address it. So maybe you can say like you already have answered this, but what would you say has been like the best move you've made in your career, like the best like decision, kind of like light bulb moment, and like you've just like gone in a certain direction? I don't know. Do you have anything that like comes to mind looking back?
Yes, that I remember when I got cut from USAH 2019, no one gave me answers. No one said, you got cut because of this. No one said, you need to be better at this. I got no answers. But in that moment, I realized I had all the answers. And we all have the answers all the time. We just choose to like, oh, well, what do you think? Oh, what do you think? What do you think? Or you always lean to the coach or somebody else to tell you what. And I realized in that moment, I know when I'm rolling over a ball. I know when I'm not moving my feet at first. I know when my throws are terrible. I know when I'm not hitting my best. I know when I'm off timing. I know when I'm thinking too much. Like, I don't need anyone to tell me those things. And so I think that just like, and I've always knew, but I've always depended on someone else to tell me. So I think in my career changed when I trusted what I already knew and fixed it based on what I already knew and could see. Like, I was honest with what I was doing instead of just like waiting for someone to tell me or like denying it. You know what I mean?
That is such a good point, because we do that. Like, I know I've done that a lot, and it's like, why?
Why do you? It's easier. I think it's easier.
It is
It's
easier.
hard. I mean, it's hard as an athlete, even as just like as a person, to tell yourself like that was horrible.
Yeah.
And actually, I don't know. I mean, there's now I feel like some like this generation's also like too hard on themselves, but they think that they're always telling themselves that they're horrible. So it's like you have to find a balance, but it's hard to have that like gut check, ego check, and be like, okay, fix it, like find a different way, because you keep rolling over or you keep making the same mistake. Like, we often blame other people, or it's easier to say, well, the coach never told me, so therefore,
or that ball was hit really hard. Like,
Yeah,
there's no
there's
way I
no-
could have got that. Like,
Yeah.
it's just easier. Yeah. And I also think to Janie, like to what you always say about like thinking neutral and like being honest, like what is it? Like, what's going on right now? Like,
Yeah. It's
what's
objective. It's
yeah,
just objective.
objective.
That's
That's
all
it.
it is. It's
Objective.
just being objective. Like, was it good? Was it bad? It doesn't mean you're a bad person, doesn't mean you're a bad player. But you're rolled over. So let's try to fix it.
Yeah.
Like, don't pretend.
Right.
Yeah.
Just be objective, be honest.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think that's
Yeah,
like,
I remember like asking,
Yeah.
I remember asking Coach Erickson, like, what role do you see me playing in the lineup? And he kind of gave me an answer, like, it's up to you. Like, you can hit, you can slap, you can do all these things. It's up to you, like, what you show on the field, because like you could be a mover, you could also be a triple threat. Like, it's up to you. And I just remember thinking like, I wanted so badly for him to just tell me like what to do. But then it's like, you know what, you're right. Like, it's really truly is up to me. And that's kind of like what you're talking about. It's like taking ownership of what you know you're capable of, because only you can, like, you get to a certain point where like only you can push yourself to the mental place that you need to be, the physical place that you need to be in order to like reach your potential.
And that goes with anything too. Like, even like you said, the mental part, like if you're constantly, you're like a mile a minute in your head, right? Like, what are you going to do about it? And then the kind of like, shoulders down, like, oh, I'm not good enough. What are you going to do about it? And it always comes back to that. Like, a kid always comes up to you and says, well, I need help with confidence. Like, okay, you already know what you need help with. So what do we do about it? Right? Like, how do we move forward from that?
Yeah.
just expect us to give them like a step-by-step guide to like being confident or all these things. It's like,
You have the answer.
I can tell you my experience, I can tell you what works for me, but it's still not gonna help you in finding what works for you, because you have to do that. Like, you have to do work. It's
Ownership.
you have to make a change.
Yep. Okay, Chiddy. So how did you know that it was time?
Okay, so honestly, like, I feel like a little piece of me feels like this retirement is harder on everyone else than it actually is on me. And
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's because like it's my choice. Like I feel like I've made a conscious decision that like it's time for me. And how do I make that choice is because I look at my goal sheet, I look at my career sheet. And you know, when I was in high school, it was like I wanted to go to Michigan and I wanted to start. I go to Michigan, I start. I'm at Michigan, I want to be an All-American as a freshman, whatever. I want to be an All-American when I'm there. I'm an All-American. The only thing I didn't do was win a national championship on my list, because in high school we won state championships, and then we didn't win the gold medal, but we went to the Olympics. And I did go to the Women's College World Series. But anyways, I always had these things. Like when I was a junior in college, I found out that there was like opportunity for college players to get invited to the USA tryouts. And I was like, I'm going to get invited to this. Like, I want to get invited to this. My senior year, I get invited to USA tryouts. And then I find out about people playing internationally in Japan and Italy and all these. I'm going to do that. Like, I'm going to play internationally. I did all that. Then it's like, okay, softball got back in the Olympics. Well, before that, I was like, I kind of want to coach college, right? So it's like, I ended up doing that, but then softball comes back to the Olympics and it's like, that's what I want to do in my career. Like I cannot end playing without at least trying to go for the Olympics. And so then that's when I like stopped all my coaching and just like solely dove into all the Olympic stuff. And then COVID happened. And then, well, actually I wanted to play in the MPF too. And because I got cut from USA, I ended up going to play a whole season in the MPF. So I was able to complete that. And then Athens Unlimited came. So more professional softball. So if I think about it, I've literally done everything I've wanted to do in this sport. And I've done it to my best ability. And I've loved every second of it. And honestly, like there's so much that goes into being a great softball player outside of just competing on the field. And that's where, like, for me, it's just like, I'm tired. Like, I don't want to spend all my time in the gym and then going to the cages and hit and keeping up with everything. It's just like, I'm good. Like, I feel like that piece is like, I'm kind of like good with, and that piece is the most important piece to have consistent success and be the best. And so it's like, you know, I'm ready to like give back to the sport more than I'm ready to continue to play it. Like I love competing, and I know that nothing is going to compare to stepping foot on that field and the adrenaline you get when you get a hit, the pressure when the pitcher's about to throw a no-hitter and it's the sixth inning and you're just like, what's gonna happen? No, you know, you get nerves, you goosebumps, like all these feelings that happen in our sport. I will never feel these again. Ever. Nothing is going to compete with it. So that's the part that I feel like I'm going to miss the most. And that's the part that it's like, ugh. But guess what? I can't play forever. It's going to happen. Like I'm going to say goodbye at some point. So why not say goodbye when I want to say goodbye? Not when my body like completely gives up on me, or when, I don't know, like anything. So I don't know. That's kind of like how I've thought about things, is like, I've done everything and I'm just like not in it to like keep putting everything that needs to go into it to be the best. And the sport deserves that. The sport deserves all my intention, all my everything. And because I've given the sport that much my whole life. So, and if I can't give that, then I don't deserve to step out on that field, because that's what, you know, softball, like that's what it, I don't know how to reword that, but like, that's what it deserves. It's the process. Yeah. Like, that's how you honor the game. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, the honor.
It's beautiful. Yeah. No, I think that can resonate with girls of all ages too, because you can get to that point in high school, you know, where you feel like you reached your goals and you don't have that passion anymore. Like, it's okay, you know, like, and not that you don't have that passion anymore, but like the passion for the whole package, because it's not just the desire to like play a game on a weekend. It's like the desire to put in the time when no one's watching, and to like, it's everything. And so I think that can resonate with a lot of people, like not just those that have had the privilege of playing as long as you have gotten to, and gotten to experience all the things that you've gotten to. Like you can,
I'm so lucky. Like I'm blessed. I'm like, not many people can say that they've done all these things in the sport. It's like, So that's why, like, I don't have sad feelings. Of course it sucks. Of course I'm gonna grieve, this loss of not competing. But at the same time, it's like, it was awesome. So it's like, we should be celebrating, You don't need to be
Yep.
sad.
Tell that to Sam.
Oh,
I don't know if she's gonna be okay. Halo, you might need to wipe her tears.
We're on a mission.
You can wipe each other's tears.
Yeah, no, we're on a mission. We do get to enjoy Chiddy's last game together though. We have the first game. So me, Stelly, and Samu will all be
That's awesome.
You're watching the game.
cheering Chiddy on.
Well, I think that this was just like a really cool time to reflect on your career and everything that you've been through, you've gone through, you've come out the other side, you've used for so much good. And we are all just forever grateful for Amanda Chidester's career. So good luck this weekend and kill it and just have so much fun. Is your family coming into town?
Yeah. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people here, so it's gonna be fun, a little overwhelming, but I just so everyone stay in the stands and I'll just be on the field.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Awesome.
Yeah, we haven't read it.
Can you guys give her hugs for me this weekend? I would appreciate that. Group hug. All right. Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks,
And
Jane.
if you haven't downloaded the RISR app, do so.
That's the beauty of RISR is that Amanda Chidester may not be playing anymore, but you can continue to learn from her for decades and beyond. So
But only if you download the app.
do it.
Do it.
Only on the app.
Bye.
Bye.